I vision how I'ma ride the beat. Let the vocals out, now you witnessing a survivor speak. I done messed around and went viral right from my driver's seat. Just like what the industry was containing. I'd rather make a difference instead of hating, complaining. So let me park the whip, it don't matter, rapper or model chick, singer or comedian, perfect. Let's park in politics. Hey, let's park in politics. Welcome to the pullover, let's park in politics. This the pullover, let's park in politics. I say this the pullover, let's park in politics.
Now, I don't know. You guys over here wondering, like, yo, he's coming on a Saturday early. It's like what, 3 something? So yeah, I figured since I kind of have something or nothing too much to do as of this point, but I decided to come on and bring a guest on for you guys today. That's what I do. That's what I do. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Lockoutmen podcast show where we park in politic with all our guests today. I am your host, Lockoutmen, and today on the show we have Trixie. Now, as soon as you guys get up in here, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up rush if the video and the audio is coming through. If you guys could do that for me, it will be greatly appreciated. Trixie, so I asked you a question. You was about to answer it.
Yes, I was.
I pretty much forgot the question that quick.
Oh, I know the question. Let me tell you. You said, and I quote, why y'all women always got to have some kind of feelings about y'all age, right?
Right.
Okay. So let me answer that for you.
Go ahead.
First of all, it is just not gentlemanlike to ask a lady her age, sir. But me, on the other hand, I love every single digit that God allows me to add on every year. So I do not have a problem with that because I am a fabulous over 50. And don't get it twisted.
Now, fabulous over 50. Now, my thing is this. My thing is this. Maybe that would have been back in the 70s. Hell, I even say the 80s. But from 90 and up, I mean, brother man, gonna need to know how old you are. I'm just gonna have to come out and ask you. I mean,
51. 51.
I'm 52. I'm 52. See, when the lady
you was born in 68.
69.
No, you already had your birthday then.
I will be 52 this year.
Well, then say that. You said you was 52 already. Get it right.
I might as well, this year. I might as well just say 52.
Okay, then I just might as well say 52 because I was born in 69 also.
Oh, okay. Back in August?
October.
Oh, okay. See, I was born back in August, so I got you by a couple.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Trixie, life before trucking. We'll let everybody know. Let everybody know who you are and where you call home.
So I'm a little Southern girl from the state of Lincoln, Nebraska. My skills and talents before this was law enforcement.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Ain't Nebraska up north?
Okay, should I have said country instead of Southern?
when people start off with Southern, they say states like Alabama.
Leave me alone.
Georgia.
Okay, let me say that differently. I'm a country girl. How about that?
Okay.
Country girl. I got you.
From Nebraska.
Yeah, Lincoln, Nebraska.
How? Okay, so now, hey, listen, don't get me messed up because see, I I haven't even touched Nebraska. Well, yes, I have.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been to Nebraska in my trucking career, but I never, I'm from Ohio, so I know how things goes for for us in Ohio.
Right.
How does things go for you guys?
So
in
speaking from
Nebraska?
my own personal experiences,
Mm-mm.
I know how to bale hay.
Mm.
I love horseback riding. I know
Okay.
how to milk a cow,
Oh,
and a goat.
no.
I know how do I say this nicely?
Nicely. Just say
Um, One of my jobs back on the farm was to artificially inseminate our pigs.
artificial insemination.
Yes. I
Without
guess. Go ahead.
without going into too much detail on that, but what the hell is artificial insemination of a pig?
Okay, I'll break it down really quickly. That was one of the coolest jobs ever, I might add.
And that was a
So,
cool job?
yes. So, anyway, this is what happens. Uh, we have someone lead around the male boar, right?
Right.
And when the pigs are in heat, they'll freeze and their tails will curl up and kind of lift up for easy access, right?
Okay. Oh, okay.
So we'll
Okay.
we'll let the male pig penetrate for a little bit, but he cannot ejaculate. We have prize sperm shipped in. Yes. And then once we let the boar get his fill, we'll pull him out, which is very hard to do, but we'll pull him out and then we'll insert the prime sperm for the pigs. Awesomest job ever.
Let me see if let me see if my mind can handle this, man. I don't think my mind can handle this, but you let the male pig
Get two or three humps.
get it going on, get it warmed up and all like that. So when it comes time for him to explode, you just pull him out. Like, what the fuck?
Yank him out.
Like,
Yank him out.
Like, how did, oh man. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's how it
goes. Oh, I will be so pissed if we was in the act of doing that. You'd be like, hold up, wait. I got the prime shit right here. I'll be like, wait,
right.
I got prime here.
That's how it goes.
Oh my God. That's wow. That's so by the sounds of you grew up on a farm. So you and your family owned the farm, or how did you come into farm work back back when you was young?
Our neighbors were super, super cool. So it wasn't particularly our farm, but our neighbors' farms. And from the very beginning of time, I was interested. I wanted to learn. The kids wanted to learn. It was an experience I would never forget. I if I could go back and do it all over again, I would. So yes, it was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's whew. So you so since you was interested in all that, so what did y'all just do it? Did y'all just do it for fun because y'all just ran over there and just did it, or did y'all eventually get paid for the work that y'all did?
I actually showed a general interest into everything I was doing, and yes, I did get paid. Yeah, so that's why I said it was one of the coolest jobs I had. But it initially started out as just helping out. And then for me, it grew into, wow, this is a side of life that I would have never gotten anywhere else in my mind. So I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn all that I could. My family's from Illinois. parents are from Mississippi. They moved to Illinois probably before I was born. But my father still resides in Nebraska.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to learn absolutely everything I could about the farm living and farm life. And a segue into that, the coolest thing when my husband and I was looking for our home out here, um, the realtor actually was showing me a house on Green Acres. I'm like, dude, if this house is the house, I'm gonna snap, because we all know about Green Acres, right?
Yeah, that's what's up. So wait, so how long you worked? How long you worked on the farm?
3 years.
All right, so now let me ask you this: that was the farm where y'all grew the cattle, the
Yes.
pigs, and like
Yes.
that,
Mm-hmm.
getting them ready for consumption and stuff like that. Is reality different from what we see on the television on how farm life really is?
Nope. They show you the gruesome when it comes to the slaughter and things like that. I never wanted to learn that part. Obviously, I'm a girl. I never even wanted to have an idea on how that worked. But yes, the things that they show is how it goes. Now, we treat them well, we feed them well. They're pigs, so their natural habitat we provide. But again, the other part when it comes to preparing them for someone's table, that's all true.
Okay. So, cattle driver comes up, backs up to the to the fence or something like that, and kind of like rush them on to the trailer.
Are you talking moving them live?
Yeah.
Yes.
Livestock.
Yes.
Now is that a separate company that comes to get them, or is that all owned by the farmer themselves?
It depends, because the farmer has their own business, so to speak, for the cattle, for the hogs, for the different things that's on the farm. But when a company chain wants to go ahead and purchase, after they get all the dealing down on paper and they agree to a price and a certain amount of livestock that they're going to be receiving, they may have 5 to 10 trucks coming because they order that many cattle. And then they'll take it to their facilities, and then they'll do, what they need to do, because we have to keep it fresh, obviously.
So, like for cattle, for cattle or restock after they sell off so many animals, that's why they that's why they, like, I forget that word. What is that word? Breed. That's why they breed. They breed more animals, and that's where the artificial insemination come into play.
It's a cycle. Yes, it never ends. It's a continuing. They get in heat, and they do what they do. And we don't separate the male cows from the female cows. We let them intertwine with each other. So whenever they feel the gumption, unless they're the prize cows, right? The ones that has to have a specific type of semen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's. Go ahead.
So what about, like, how long do it take? Like, how long is the process? Because I'm assuming it got to be like years for
what?
For the cows to breed into of age before y'all can, like, literally sell them off, right?
They can get them at any age. They can get them brand spanking new out the mama if that's what they want.
Oh, man. Okay.
There's no rules or regulations to that, other than they have to make sure that they're nursed properly. Right.
Okay. Now what about now as far as now the farm, of course, bacon, eggs, steak, so how did that how did the chickens how did you guys do the chickens as far as the eggs and stuff like that? Do y'all go out there and artificial inseminate them too, or how
So for every set of animal, there's some that are set aside for prime. That means no additives, no funny stuff with the food, no hormones, no this, no that.
Oh, so
Right?
that's when they be actually saying about what they be saying on TV when they be doing their commercials where our chickens is no artificial intelligence and stuff like that.
And
Oh,
they're free to roam outside and do what they need to do on the natural feed.
okay.
Yeah, so there's a difference. They separate those two. The rest of the pack get in where they fit in. The prime, they're kept in a certain separate area.
Okay. So, wow, this is a whole new learning experience right here. So
Yeah,
now you also mentioned that that you've been in it for 3 years and you moved on to law enforcement.
I did.
What made you and why did you get into law enforcement?
So, funny thing, I'm the type of woman that I don't like to be told I can't do something. Call it what you call it. But in the state of Nebraska, they had a higher fare for the correctional facility. They was wanting correctional officers. So I'm like, sure, why not? I'll try, just because. And only Black, let me point that out. And only Black woman. Let me point that out as well.
Okay.
So, so I applied, went through the interview process, got accepted, started my journey. Now, remember I said only Black female.
Right.
So within my first year and a half, I'd say, sabotage kind of tried to start into play with my fellow correctional officers. Here's why.
Now you say you saying you was the only Black female, but was there other Black officers there?
Not when I was there. No.
Now,
the only Black and the only Black female.
Now what year was this?
Oh Lord, you taking me back. I moved to Lincoln in, oh my God, I don't even remember the year. Let me think.
I'm trying to find it.
I can't even remember the year. I don't remember the year or how soon it was after I started in trucking.
Okay.
I can't call the year.
Well, you became you went to truck driving school in 2005. So had to be a little bit before that, right?
I didn't go to truck driving school in 2005. I started working at a truck driving school in 2005 here in Illinois.
Oh, okay, truck driver. Okay, now I'm scrolling back up. All right, so I'm scrolling back up. I'm trying to find dates. The one date that I got is 1998, but
that's when I actually went to school for truck driving. My first life into the world of trucking. Yes.
Okay, so it had to be how can you remember how long you've been a police officer? Like how many years?
Correctional officer, a year and a half. Yeah.
All right. So if you was in that in 1998, so this got to be somewhere between 96 and 97.
I want to say yes. Yes.
All right. So between 96 and 97, you was a correctional, though Black and female correctional officer.
Yes.
So and you say you felt some type of tension, some type of sabotage.
So, yes. Here's exactly what happened. When I get my orders for the day, they're in my box with my name. Now, whoever sees those orders or look at those orders before I come in on my shift, they do what they do. You following me?
Mm-hmm.
So it started happening to where I'm supposed to, when I do my rounds, I'm supposed to distribute meds or do the sale checks, or there's a time to do everything. And then we keep the notes, documentations 24/7 on absolutely everything.
Now let me ask you this: this is not a county jail? This is prison.
This was the people that were on their way to be free. They did their hard time, then they moved them to this facility to finish out their time before time for them to be free.
Okay. And this is where you was at. So you
Yes.
wasn't
minimum security. Minimum security.
Mm-hmm. So it was still some hardened guys that did some.
It was. But you know what? Not one day, and this is why the trouble, the backstabbing started. But not one day since my first day there did I have anyone disrespect me. They all treated me like total respect from day one. I'm talking about the inmates.
So none of the guys try to come up and push up on you like, hey.
They all, there were Mexicans, there were blacks, there were whites, there were every single inmate while I was there from day one treated me with the utmost respect all the time. Which is why my coworkers decided, wait a minute, who does she think she is? Because obviously they didn't get the same treatment. Down to the moment where they told me in my faces, by there was about 4 of them, well, you only got the job because you're black, and you only got to, oh, yes. They went through all of that, and I was like, wow, that's how y'all feel about me? So them actually telling me these things to my face made me reach back and be like, that's why that happened. That's why that happened. And that's why that they sabotaged or tried to. But the saving grace of that, the captain, he knew, he paid attention. Because while I was learning the ropes from the ones that's been there, if I did something wrong, guess who was held responsible? Them. Because they knew I'm learning. They're supposed to train and teach me. And if I did it incorrectly, I didn't get reprimanded for it. They did. So I think the captain automatically knew something was going to go down with that.
Damn.
I know.
It
hurt.
Crazy. I mean, how did that make you feel?
It hurt my heart because I in my mind, I went for it just on blind faith, first of all. I never had an interest really at that point, except for wanting to be a lawyer. I never pictured myself as a correctional officer or someone in law enforcement at that point. But when I got it and I succeeded, never touched a gun, never shot a gun, never seen a gun at that point. But
But you was trained on how to use one though, right?
Exactly. When we went through the training, they did all that. I got hired for the tower guard. So you know what that means, right?
Oh, you the one with the sharpshooter. Okay. See somebody hanging on that fence. Like, yo, you got 2 seconds to get off that fence.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I shot center mass, never seeing a gun, holding a gun, using a gun, touching a gun, nothing. In training, I hit center mass every single time.
So So not only the sidearm, but they trained you on sniping as well.
The shotguns and the rifles, all that. Yeah.
What was the farthest out that you think you can shoot?
Now, probably at about 500 yards.
500 yards. So they taught you to lay up and do that.
I got all that. I know how to break it down. I know how to clean it up. I know how to put it back together. I know. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So throughout your whole time there, which was what, about a year?
Very short, a year and a half. Yeah.
But so your time there, you didn't have to use a weapon or anything.
I didn't have to use my weapon. I didn't have to force move anyone. I didn't have a problem when I did my cell checks. I didn't have a problem transporting the inmates to and from. I didn't have a problem on any of that side.
Was anybody there that tried to escape?
No. They were at that point knowing they was finishing up. They probably had maybe 6 months left.
Oh, okay.
Or a year or something left on their time. No, they was ready. They was already almost home. So
now you wasn't forced out. You just quit on your own.
I quit. It became too much because although the captain knew what was happening, he really didn't move too much with it. I didn't get in trouble with him, with the captain, but the fact that I'm not finna subject myself to some stupid stuff happening when I know everybody in here don't want me here for whatever their own ignorant reasons are, and get myself hurt or worse because they don't.
You didn't want to kiss nobody's ass to get along with either.
I wasn't gonna do that either. Mm-mm. I just wanted to do my job. That's all. I just wanted to do my job.
Hold on, wait, quick. There we go. Yeah, you didn't want to do that, but there's so much pressure going on.
Mm-hmm.
You just felt the need to just try to do something else. But with your experience in a correctional facility, and that is part of law enforcement, am I safe to say that?
Yes, you are.
Why you didn't try your hand at actually becoming a police officer?
I did. I took a leave from truck driving. I did. So Hastings, Nebraska, the chief of police, I don't really remember how we met, but I applied for a position, and one of the positions that they had at the time was 911 dispatcher. Okay. So I took it. This was before that, what they call that K2000 stuff. Did I say that right? No, that's a game, ain't it? K2000 is a game, isn't it? But you remember back in 1999? You remember back in 1999 where everybody thought that when 2000 hit, that the world was gonna come to an end and all that stuff. Whatever they called it.
The Y2K, I think it's like Y2K or
something like that. Yeah.
I think it was that Y2K.
Right. That one. So I got hired as a 911 dispatcher, like almost right before that happened, right? So that was cool. I learned a lot. People are funny. Let me just say that. When they call 911 sometimes. The chief of police asked me during my interview where did I see myself in the next 5 to 10 years? And outside of the everything else, I was like, well, maybe someday I'll become the first Black woman, female, or chief of police. And he started laughing like, wait a minute, you telling the chief of police that you want my job?
You should have told him truck driver.
But it was possible. So he laughed. He thought that was the funniest thing I could have ever said. So I did 911 dispatcher for not too terribly long, but oh my God, when Y2K hit, the phones ran off the hook. That's a whole nother story. So went back into trucking. After a few years of that.
Now during the time you was a 911 operator.
Yes.
So like when somebody call in for 911, how do you guys disseminate the actual emergency from a non-emergency?
We got to get it from the person. Once they call, all of their information from the phone line that they're using comes up on the computer screen. So we know the number, we know the address, we know the name that's registered under the number, right? Could be a totally different person. And then all I do is 911, what's your emergency? And they'll tell me the tone of their voice, how fast they're talking, the loudness, or, we got to gauge how they're coming through the phone from a scale of 1 to 10. So if it's my cat stuck in a tree, if it's I just had an accident, then we ask all the pertinent questions. Are you okay? Is anyone hurt? How many cars were involved? Where are you located right now? Don't move anything. If someone's life is in danger, you have to move that person from being in danger at that point. So they
let
don't.
Me ask you this. Kind of breaking up there a little bit. There you go. Have you had any life endangering conversations or calls while doing your time there?
Honestly, no. It's only one call that I can remember that was heightening my anxiety, so to speak. It was like 3 different calls came in about the same situation, and I'm on the phone with a guy that initially called in. He was in a fight with somebody, and he thought they came back with a gun. So I'm having him to stay on the line and tell me more. And I dispatched the authorities right away, told them what the situation was as I understood it to be, trying to get more information from the caller. But like I said, 3 other people called right behind him about the same exact situation. So it was kind of terrifying to make sure that nobody got hurt, but I'm sure it was more terrifying for them because he didn't know,
Do you guys also dispatch? Well, you dispatch the cops, but are you guys also involved in police involved situations like police involved shootings, police involved accidents? Are you guys involved with that as well?
Yeah. We're all one entity. Police, medical, and fire. We're all one entity, and if anything happens on any of those channels, it's going to come through us.
Okay. So you mentioned that you mentioned that when a person calls in, you guys automatically get all the information that comes up on the board. What if somebody of course, you got some people that calls in anonymous. Now you got these newfangled Google numbers, text now numbers, and all like that. Do the system disseminate the actual number of that cell phone, or does it just show the Google number or the text now number?
So here's going to be a PSA, a public service announcement. 2 parts. First part, back then, state of Nebraska, we didn't have any of that extra stuff going on back then. Today, here's the PSA. Please, if you have any of those type of numbers, we as 911 dispatchers cannot determine where you are. If you need to call 911 for any reason, no matter what type of phone or system you're using, give us 3 things first: your first and last name, your address, and what the problem is. If you can get those 3 things out and you can't do nothing else, we good to go.
Okay, that's what's up. Now a lot of those app numbers really don't even, you can't even call 911 on majority of those app numbers anyway. But
And yeah.
I was
That's sad if that's somebody's only line of communication. I thought at some point I read or heard that they were trying to fix that, since that's another way that someone can communicate with the authorities if they have trouble.
all right. So from there, this is all while you still staying up in Nebraska.
Yes.
So now 1988 rolls around and you decided to get into trucking. Like, I mean, you was a police officer. You was a farmhand. Like, I can understand the interest, like in farming or something like that, because I'm sure you've seen truckers and cattle haulers on a daily. But
yes,
being a cop, being a 911 dispatcher and a correctional officer, that's a far cry from
it is. And I've always been the non-traditional type person for some odd reason,
Rose Bell did this is Trixie from Nebraska. That's the state. All right, go ahead.
Hi, Rose Bell. Yeah, I've always been a non-traditional type woman when it comes to things that I want to learn and the career path that I've chosen. Semi-tractor trailer driving and instructing just been with me for forever. So, and I love driving. Oh my God, the solitude and the peace. Oh, I can say enough about that. But
so you feel that you feel to be you feel to be comfortable in the truck by yourself. It don't. Do you?
Absolutely.
Well, a lot of these people. Oh, you're welcome, Rose Bell. A lot of drivers, such as myself, deals with bout of depression. But as for you actually love being in the truck. It don't bother you at all.
No, not at all. I love it. I've always loved it. From the first time I went over the road by myself. Thank you.
How did you get over that fear?
I never had the fear. I wanted it so bad because so many people told me that I couldn't. When I finished school in 98, I didn't start working right away. Get it, Nebraska, back in 98, little chocolate girl, right? Going to these companies. This is where you go in and still fill out that paper application. They didn't have that online stuff back then. So I'm going in and they looking at my face and I'm showing them my CDLA license, and we don't hire women for this position. Yes, they told me this to my face. You're just a sexual harassment suit waiting to happen. Yes, they told me that to my face. Oh, I heard it all. So I had the claw fight.
This is back in 98.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So they was actually discouraging you from.
Oh, they thought they were. They thought they were. Remember, I told you a while back. Don't tell me I can't.
Wow. So I mean, what places have you tried? Please.
Oh, if I had, it's Nebraska again. A lot of trucking companies. A lot of what do you call that? Commercial areas and things out there like that. I mean, I was finna drive anything that they gave me to drive, at that point, but they wouldn't even let me in the door. So I kept trying. So I finally, the first company I ever worked for when I got my CDLA license was Grand Island Contract Carriers. I was a flatbed driver hauling heavy equipment.
How old was you then?
Well, shoot, you trying to make me do the numbers. Hold on, let me get my calculator up because you tripping. Hold on. Yeah, I was still in my 20s. So I graduated.
We're both the same age.
Exactly.
So yeah, back in 98, we was in our 20s. So
right. So that's all you wanted. I was in my 20s. I can't tell you 20 what, but
Well, my son was 20. Well, let me see. My son was born in 96, and I think I was 27 when he was born.
Okay.
I
Carry the one. Yeah.
Hmm.
So this job actually gave me my first opportunity, and I rocked that. I loved it. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I was team at that point though.
Mhm.
I was team. It was two of us. Um, but I loved it. I learned how to the weights and measurements and strap and secure and tarp and oh man, whoo, I did
How
it all.
how was the training for you back in 1998? Because back then, I'm assuming that it wasn't no automatics around. So
No,
this is all
this was
manual. You know,
all
back in
manual.
school, and and since you went to a school
Yes, I went to a
to get your
college.
life,
Hmm.
all right. So this was out of pocket, or was this a grant?
No, the government paid for it.
What, you was in the military too? We missed that part.
No,
We
let,
oh,
let me.
okay, because I'm thinking like when you say the government, I'm thinking like
I got
military.
a grant. No,
You
a
got a
grant
grant.
for it.
You got
Yeah.
a grant. Okay. Did you have to pay that grant back or no?
No, scot free.
Okay. So Grant went to school 98. You driving the manual, able to pass and everything. Now you had a little bit of trouble of uh
Hmm.
getting in, and you finally settled on a flatbed company. Um you said you was teaming, so you was it
It was
another
it was a
female?
white guy. A white guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So y'all both team. How we don't have to we don't have to stay on it too long, but how was the experience of teaming with a white guy?
He he made it so easy. He made it so refreshing. He was always kind, always making sure I got it. He didn't do it for me, but
Thank
he
you.
always made yeah, he always made sure I got it and I understood. So when I do get by myself, I'm not going to have a problem. So he did exactly what he needed to do for me, in my opinion. Yes.
Now this is heavy haul. So what was you
Yes.
what was the equipment or anything that you was hauling?
All them deers and John Deeres and like big machineries.
What was now since you was pulling heavy haul, that's money right there. But you what let me rewind it back. So you was training, so of course you wasn't getting paid the exact amount that the driver was getting
Ah,
paid. Or was you?
no, not at the beginning. I think, oh God, do I remember what I started at? But I know I started with good money though. They hired me fresh out the box, new CDLA license, but I have that hunger. And I think they saw that. So they gave me my opportunity and I ran all the way with it. I made sure I stayed on top of my logs. I made sure I stayed on top of safety from north, south, east, and west. I made sure I stayed up under every rules and regs known to DOT and my company because sometimes they different.
Now, now
and
you said that this is heavy haul, like a young black female driving heavy haul. What was that like going to the fuel station, coming out of the truck? You
I
gotta
had
you
an S
you
on
gotta
my chest. I
you gotta
had an S on my back. I had an S on my pant leg and an S on my sleeves. People be like,
man.
did you just get it? Yes, I did. It's
How tall are you?
5'9.5". I've always been tall though. I'm a
Man,
tall girl.
5'9". Man,
Mhm.
5'9" female black coming out of trouble with a big ass John Deere on the back.
That's
I,
right.
I'm sure you got a lot of stares
I
from
did. People was in
little
disbelief.
boys back in the day.
They were in disbelief. Even today, people be like, "You don't drive no truck." Yes, I do. Look at my license. Yeah, even today.
Wow.
But my specialty, backing.
Woof a John Deere on the back. what if that's your specialty? What was one of your challenges? It got to be at a truck stop. I'm just assuming, because like if you know flatbed, from what I gathered from a few people, there's not that much backup going on.
It's not. You're backing up next to a plank, a walking area, so they can pull it off from the side. But you're still backing in some cases.
Okay, John Deere on the back. How many times now? This is like heavy hauling. I'm sure that the weight is like ridiculously. What was the heaviest, and how many times you was pulled by DOT for an inspection?
So the heaviest, oh my God, if I had to, I don't even know the heaviest number I can even give you, but I've never. Did you hear me say never? Never once got pulled over by DOT. Never once got a ticket. Never once was overweight. Never once, not once.
Well, you better start knocking on some wood. But how the hell could you not be overweight if you're heavy?
We had the licenses for the extra weight. It was that type of vehicle that it was allowed. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Now being that you guys had the extra, y'all didn't have to go through a CAT scale or nothing like that.
I never had.
The type of weight that you was driving though, did you have to have some spotter cars or some pilot cars?
No, because it's either one machine at a time, but a big machine, and I wasn't longer than the standard 53. As far as my trailer is concerned.
Okay.
And I didn't have. Sometimes I do the deck.
Okay.
The drop deck.
Now this is back in 1998, close to 20 some odd years ago. Are you still with the same company, or how many companies since then that you are with your current company?
Nope, I'm not with the same company that I started with in 98. Grand Island Contract Carrier was my first. Warner Construction was my second. Loved Warner. I love driving, so it didn't matter the company I was with. But Warner Construction was my second company. I went over the road with them as well. We paved the roads, did the liquid asphalt. So I drove everything from flatbed, belly dump, dump truck, doubles. I tried triples once, but tankers are my favorite. I love tankers. So that being said, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was getting my thought together for the next question, but go ahead.
Okay. So my third was after I moved here. Oh my God. I started with the school when I moved here in 2005. Here means Illinois. Sorry. In 2005. And I was training at that point.
Wait. We're not in Nebraska no more?
No. I moved to Illinois in 2005.
Thought you were still up in Nebraska with all this going on.
No.
I'm still engulfed in the stories from Nebraska. Now we
we can stay in Nebraska. There's many stories to tell about Nebraska for sure.
I mean, what we in Illinois? Like, wow. Like, but altogether, less than 10.
Yes.
Okay. So with all that in mind, you got a lot of experience driving a lot of different trailers, flatbeds, tankers. Last night I was asked who is better in giving advices for trucking. Is it women or men?
We both have our values in giving experiences, only because there's two different worlds of trucking. The world of trucking is one, but from a male perspective and a female perspective, they're going to gain a whole lot of wisdom, whomever wants the advice, because you don't want to be one-sided with your advice. Like, if I needed to ask someone, what's the best way for me to make sure I slide my tandems to the right weight requirement for a certain state? I might ask a man, how does he slide his tandems in the winter if it's stuck? Then I might ask the woman, how does she do the same thing? Slide her tandems if it's stuck in the wintertime. How do you get it loose?
We're going to get two different answers.
So both of them might work, or even hearing both of them, you might think of your own solution, right?
Exactly.
I don't think one is better than the other. I think both collectively is spot on.
All right. So now since you done all of that throughout the years, what is some of the craziest challenges or situations that you ever that you was either involved in or that you saw throughout your time in driving? Probably at a rest stop, truck stop, or just at a shipper and receiver.
And this is the thing. As transparent as I can possibly be, my entire truck driving life, I did not have weird stuff happen. I was probably within the last, don't laugh at me, within the last 5 or 6 years, I just found out what a lot lizard was.
That's a myth. I'm just saying.
But I've never heard the term before then. Even while I was, yeah.
I came into school and they was talking about that and everybody was like, yeah, there's lot lizards out there. I was like, oh, I said within my first couple of years, I was like, okay, well, but then one actually knocked on the door.
I've never had anyone knock at the door. I've never had anyone act creepy or whatever around me. I just thank God I've never had any issues. The problem, if I had to mention an issue, it'd be I'm 30 minutes away from a safe location to pull off the road and stop to end my clock. But traffic stopped. My clock is still running out because there is an accident or whatever. And I need to contact safety to let them know I'm going to be over my hours because ABC, XYZ. That's probably the worst thing if I had to pick one. That's happened to me all in my trucking life.
Johnny, on the flip side, welcome to the show, man. We on with Trixie from Nebraska and from Illinois now. What's going on with
Wanda? Hey, Johnny from the flip side. Hey, Wanda.
Wanda Billups, what's going on? And I will ask that question for you in a hot second. So I talked to Jessica from I forgot Tears. And she's also involved with Womenintrucking. And one of the conversation during the conversation we had was on women's safety. There's a lot of women that's being assaulted out here as far as by their trainers and all like that. As a matter of fact, Demetrius and Daryl Stringer, I can't pronounce his name, but they just did a live feed on Facebook a couple of days ago where this female reached out to Demetrius to let him know of her situation with a trainer. Trixie, you being a trainer yourself, what do you got to say or how your feelings about how women these days now, how women is being treated by their trainers?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. This is another PSA for all of you who feel like, women or men who feel like you are not safe if you have to go over the road with someone else that you don't feel comfortable with. They have these, you know how they have them life alert things or whatever, bracelets or whatever. They got something else, and I'm going to have to give you guys that information once I pull it up. But they have the same kind of thing Register for that. Get that. The moment something don't feel right, sound right, look right, ain't right, push that button no matter where you at. They're going to find you. They're going to find you. And when the person that's doing you wrong sees the authorities trying to stop their truck, they ain't gonna have no choice but to pull over and stop. And then you get out and you tell the authorities exactly why you push that button. It does one thing. You got your report, call the company. They cannot allow you to continue with that person. They have to give you a different person.
Now let me ask you this question. Now you saying this is like a life alert type of a life alert type of deal. Where do they actually get that from? Do they get that from a company or do they get that from an outside entity?
It's an outside entity. Their company will not give them that, but their company should start getting into that, especially if you have a lot of women drivers, which are coming up now, and the company have mostly men as their trainers. We have to find a way. Every company says, well, just call this number if you don't feel safe, and we're going to see what we can do to get you this and get you that and get you away, and make sure you're not around them when you call us. And come on, be real. They can't do that every single time. He going to be sitting there right in their face while they trying to make a personal phone call. But then if you don't get that phone call, you automatically should know, as a company that's about safety and protecting their employees, male or female, should be calling them. Are you okay?
Now let me ask you this. Of course, when you come up with it, please send it my way so I can put it in the description. But is that like with Life Alert? I believe Life Alert is like a subscription based program. Is this Life Alert for female truckers?
It's along the same. It's along the same lines. Yes, it's a service that you're paying for to have someone watch your back 24.
You kind of break it up.
Sorry.
You're breaking up. Hold on.
What about now?
Hold on. Just try to let it catch back up to you. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. Am I moving too much and making it skin like that? But
I think so.
Yeah, it is a service that you're paying for because someone's watching for you 24/7, right? No matter where you are. If you're threatened, if you're having a heart attack, if you can't, get emergency or move yourself out of the truck or whatever the case may be, then you will push that button. I've actually been trying to partner with OnStar with that, to get OnStar in the trucks as well. I actually tried to partner, still is in the works, trying to partner with Amazon Alexa. Shut up, I'm not talking to you, Alexa. She done came on. to also work in the truck. I actually use her in my car, and I have used her in my truck as well. But that's for a different purpose. So I'm trying to get them to step their game up, because I've heard of too many truck drivers being found dead in their trucks because they either had a heart attack and couldn't get out fast enough or do something or get somebody's attention. It only makes sense if we have it in our personal vehicles. OnStar is what I'm talking about now. If we have it on our personal vehicles, in the event of a crash or incident or whatever, they automatically know where we're at. Why not put that in our semis? Why not? If I'm having a heart attack and I can't catch my breath, or asthma attack and I ain't got my pump, or I feel lightheaded and I'm about to faint, or whatever the case may be, I'm going to press that button with whatever energy or strength I have left. And whatever happens is
this is a good idea. And a lot of, and it's just unfortunate that, that's why I love talking to you guys, because, you guys come up with so many different people that I talk to come up with so many different ideas that we can actually use in trucking instead of this BS that's going on right now. Like, I never would have thought of a OnStar or a Life Alert type deal in a truck.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never would have thought of that.
There's a lot of things that the government that controls what we do, how we do, could help in these type of help these companies and organizations program these tractor trailers. If they're going to force us to have the ELDs, right? That's a system within itself. How hard is it to put an OnStar button on that ELD?
Not hard at all.
Thank you. That way, at least your company knows something's wrong. Emergencies know something wrong, and they can ping where you at. And
you know what?
possibly,
And now that you mentioned it, it even breaks down the fact that a company will automatically know if there's a problem if that button was pushed instead of waiting like 2 or 3 days to do a what do you call check? What do you call that?
what, that wellness check thing or
A
whatever.
wellness check. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they
And
would have
it
known
makes sense.
it was a driver just last month or a month before that had died in the truck, and the company, about 2-3 days later called the sheriff to do a wellness check, and they found them there. But depending on how he died, he probably died in his sleep, or if he was going through complications or anything like that, you could just push the life alert button, and wow, that's a good idea, Trixie. Like I said, I appreciate that. But if you have that information about the bracelet for the female, like that,
Yes.
for guys too, I'm assuming for guys too, definitely send that over to me, and I think that will probably be a commentary that I'll speak on.
Absolutely.
All right, so Trixie, let's go back to Wanda. She says, who do you drive for in Illinois? I don't believe you driving now.
I train. I work for JJ Keller, and we're teaching people how to drive semis, how to drive trucks. Yes. And I travel. Okay. I travel for the trainings.
Okay, that's what's up. So JJ Keller, the big company, training company, they do training videos. They the ones with the 5 Smith keys, and so forth and so on. How did you manage to get on with them? And what is your training with? How do you train as a trainer?
So they found me. Let me school y'all. Another PSA. I'm full of those today. Indeed, LinkedIn is your key to promote yourself.
Okay, hold on now.
I'm all right. Yeah.
Hold on. Link. I'm on LinkedIn. As a matter of fact, Link.
You better ask somebody.
I'm on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn and Indeed.
I don't advertise on there, but I'm about to.
We're gonna fix that. I'll help anybody set their pages up so you can get recognized, because I didn't call nobody. They contacted me.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm about to get. I'm about to push LinkedIn right now. There you go, LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm about to push my LinkedIn right now.
So I'm gonna give y'all my number. Everybody that's listening, y'all getting a freebie. I'm gonna give y'all my number. Contact me if you need help with your LinkedIn, so I can help you set it up so you can get noticed with your resume, with your everything that you put on your LinkedIn, because companies are looking and they will find you and contact you.
Hey, you know what? It's funny. It's funny. You're exactly right. You are exactly right. And I gotta say this. This is how my current company found me. So they found me through LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
that's a definite gem right there to start up. I mean, Facebook, yeah.
Mm-mm.
You know, Instagram, but
Mm.
LinkedIn,
That's the
you
key.
really have if you have like I have like with my company ERS Lockouts, I started my LinkedIn with them like years ago, but then when I went back and changed my profile to truck driving, man, don't you know I got let me see, I get as a matter of fact, oh my god, I got oh my god, look at hold on, I'm clicking on I got 90 freaking 9 notifications. See,
You know
that's why
what?
I need to catch up. And then my network. Hold on, right quick. I got I got 5 people in my network right here. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hold on, right quick. I got 5 people in my network right here. Now, this is where the network is phenomenal because this where you find people like this guy right here. He's a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to connect with him? Yes. Uh I don't know about him, tax guy, whatever. And then everybody else. And then here's my messages. I got a gang of messages. Like this guy right here. He's an advisor.
Mm.
He's an advisor for and he's been helping for self-employed and small businesses. This right here, LinkedIn, is where you can really get into some contact with some real good people out there. I think LinkedIn for business is a hell of a lot better than trying to do Facebook.
And if I may add, LinkedIn have so many programs that you will get a certification for once you complete whatever module you choose in so many different fields and areas of expertise. I'm telling you, if y'all sleep on LinkedIn, y'all better wake up. I'm telling you now, wake up, wake up, wake up. I got you though. I got you.
Now, now, Trixie, man, Trixie, 20 years in the game, not that many companies. How many miles you think you put in?
I'm over a million. I'm already over a million miles. Got the award, all that. Yep.
Who gave
Yep.
you who? Now let me ask you this, because
Mhm.
that's another thing too. Like like if you go to like different companies, do all your miles accumulated, and do you get it at the get an award with the current company, or does that has to be a million miles with that current company?
I'm going to tell you, each company do their own in-house million safe miles with their company. Just so happens the company that I was with before I got with JJ Keller, though, they took into account all of my expertise, all of my miles, all of my years, all of my training, all of my everything, and gave me my Million Miles Award.
Wow. Man, congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
I don't
Thank
have
you.
for that. Let me see. Congratulations on that. Dream big. What's going on? Welcome to the show. We do have Trixie. She's in. He says, "Hello, Miss Trixie. Do you
Hey,
have
hey.
a?" He said, "Do you have a YouTube channel or are you on Instagram?"
So I do have an Instagram, but it's not what I want to show the public. Um, I do have a YouTube channel, but it's not up to date. So what I would like to do, like I said, for all of I'm sorry,
No, no,
our
no. You good?
listening audience
Yeah, they
is
yours
to,
too. So
is to give you guys my cell number. So if you have any questions or need any help as far as the LinkedIn and get the information, and then I can give you the information for the emergency respond bracelet button thing for everybody too. Yeah, I'm more than willing to help anyone get more established and get more uh, action on your job search.
I tell you what, as soon as we end, definitely email me all of the YouTube, the
Okay.
link, and all your the phone number, everything that you want to give out, so I can have that available for the people that might want to get in contact with you. Tricks.
Wonderful. Will do. Yes.
Wow. I mean, this has been a great conversation. But tell me, like you're a trainer now, but back then, so you can like squeeze it all into one answer if you like. But what's the process of training doing training school? Like, how do
Okay.
you do it?
So for me, the key is it's never one size fit all. And what I mean by that is I have to take each individual student that I train and figure out what their training language is, so they can be able to understand how to learn, and then learn how to do, and then do successfully.
Okay. That's what's up. So it's not being that it's not one size fits all or anything like that. During your time of truck driving, what was the hardest part about being a truck driver? Female truck driver.
The only hard time I had was not being let in the beginning, and I wanted it so bad, and they didn't want to give it to me. So I kept fighting until I got it. That was the hardest time I had.
Mm.
Oh, thank you, Rose Bell. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, let me ask you this very quick. I had it. Let's see. So now throughout everything that you have done, in life and in trucking and everything, do you feel that you accomplished all your goals all the way up
No,
until now?
no, I'm not done. So I'm getting ready to open up my own truck driving school. Ha ha ha.
I guess that was just a wait until the last minute type deal.
Right. I've been contemplating that. I've already gotten so much of the stuff done already. I'm just now looking for location. And yeah, I'm ready to rock it because I love teaching so much. Oh my God, you have no idea. It's in my DNA. But yeah, if I can teach any and everybody in the world how to be smart, safe, and comfortable with being uncomfortable, you know what that means. As a professional driver, I don't care if you're in automatic or manual, everything else still needs to be the same. Safety. Mhm.
Let me ask you this, because I always said, as far as manuals and automatic goes, I have this little sound bite for you. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Thank you, Rose Bell. As soon as I get it up and running, I'm gonna send all y'all the information.
Let me see if I can pull this up before we get up out of here. Let me go back. Here we go. Take a listen and let me know what's your thoughts on this.
Okay.
Let me just stop what you're saying. I think driver automatic allow people who shouldn't be truckers to be truckers. That's what I believe. That's what I truly believe. A lot of people, I feel like this. If you can drive an automatic, you should be required to know how to drive a manual. Because these people getting in automatics and they don't know what the fuck they doing. They don't. They're trying to drive it like a car, and you cannot do that. So, with all of that being said, I think that automatics allow people, automatics allow anybody to be truckers. Let me just stop with
What do you got to say about that?
Oh, she sounds angry. So I disagree only because whether it's a manual car or a standard age car, if you learn how to drive it, you drive it. If you learn correctly, whether it's a manual transmission or automatic transmission, you can learn how to drive it correctly. That's the key. If people are just putting asses in the seat and not training these people 100% correct, then it don't matter if it's a manual or an automatic. They're going to mess some shit up. So let's keep it real. How a person is taught and where their mindset is about what the goals are for themselves is what causes all these accidents and situations, because you can be driving a manual because you learned how to drive a manual. But if you don't care crap about what you're doing, you still gonna mess up. So to me, it's all in how you trained and how you train yourself.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Rose Bell says right mindset. JT, what's going on with you, bro? Rose Bell says she'll wait for you. So how long? How long do you think this trucking school going to come to fruition?
Before the end of this year, so 2022 is going to be our breakout year.
Okay, that's what's up. Now last question. You up in Illinois, you moved from Nebraska, you in Illinois, you work for JJ Keller, and you making the next step of your journey as far as getting into trucking school. Why did you move from Nebraska to Illinois? And my second question is, being that you in Illinois is like a weird kind of market for trucking, if you know what I mean. So
let me answer your questions backwards, okay? So since COVID, everything basically stopped moving except for what?
Freight.
Okay. So being that truck drivers are essential by their own right in getting freight to and from the rail yards, the airports, the whatevers, to get it to the merchant, to the stores, to the people, right? That's never going to stop. Never. I've seen more people come to truck driving school once everything opened back up from COVID. In what is it now? We opened back up in COVID. Okay.
It's like towards the end of last year. So
right. So about 6 months.
Yeah, give or take. Down here in Texas, they pretty much gonna open up. They're gonna open it wide up. They relaxing the mask mandate now, so everybody can go back at 100% capacity and not wear masks and stuff like that.
So in the last 6 months, I've seen tens of hundreds of people signing up for truck driving school because of they don't want, if something else happens in the world, they still want to be working. And that's their ticket. And so if y'all thought about it, had an inkling about it, go for it, please, because that's a ticket that you will have for the rest of your life as long as you keep it clean. And you will always have a job. You will always have a job. Go ahead. What you saying?
I don't know. I think trucking isn't for everyone, though.
I agree. But they won't know unless they try. Because I'm going to tell you, just like those people that told me, nope, don't, you can't, not here, look at me now. I'll never tell anybody no. I'm going to give you everything I got to see it for yourself. If you decide for yourself, man, this is too hard. If you decide for yourself, I'm scared. I don't think I'll be able to do this right. If you decide for yourself that this is just not the field you want to be in, that's your decision to make. But me, I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm going to let you know you can do it. Just come on, try it again. Try it one more time. Okay, I'm going to show you again. Okay, now try it again. Okay, let's just do it halfway. Okay, now let's do the other half. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader, and I'm going to push you until you say for yourself, I can't do it. Okay, if you feel like you want to take a break, you can't do it, take a year. If you decide next year you want to try it again, come back.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Trixie, everybody. My lady got 5 different names. You just gotta find which one that works for her. She's either gonna be named A, B, C, or D, or E.
Oh, you're so funny.
You just gotta find out which one is gonna work for her. Trixie, thank you very much for coming on to the show today. I really do appreciate you coming on, yes, sharing your experience and everything. You are more than welcome to come back to the show anytime you like. You are a citizen, so that's what's up. I really do appreciate it. Kelsey says she just loves your attitude and everything.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And Rose Bell says, yay for Trixie. That's what's up. Everybody, I appreciate you guys coming in and stopping by the Lockoutmen podcast show today, Saturday. Unfortunately, I probably will be switching up. I might not be going live as much as I've been, through the weekdays, because I'm a truck driver and it's getting a little bit more, tight. Just like yesterday, you guys noticed I wasn't live yesterday, and Thursday, you guys noticed I wasn't live Thursday. So, unfortunately, being the truck driver that I am, I'm a little bit busy, but I am going to try and do my interviews on Saturdays. As a matter of fact, I do have another one coming up, but I'm not going to go live. I'm just going to pre-record it and then put it out at a later date. Trixie, where they can find you, at, as far as
on the top of my head, my Facebook is Trixie Williams. So my other information, I don't know that stuff by heart as far as Snapchat and YouTube, all that, but Facebook.
I'll tell you what, just as soon as we end here, just email me everything, and I'll put it in. I'll put it out in the description for Trixie. Everybody, if y'all like content like this and more, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell and that all button. And if you like content like this, just sit back, relax, and maybe learn something or the other, consider joining the channel. As a get me some coffee or something like that. You don't have to. It just helps me out to get something to drink because I'm thirsty right now. I am thirsty right now. That's what's up. Again, thank you all for being here with us. And this is going to do it for me and Trixie. You guys take it easy and you guys have a blessed day. And I'll see you again next time.
This show, get it in. Party over here, get it in. She like a liquor clear, get it in. She get it from a deal, get it in. Make it disappear, get it in. Park it in the rear, get it in. Now make it reappear, get it in. Freaky with no fear, get it in. Pop it in the clutch, girl, get it in gear. Jump on it, double dutch, girl, get it in gear. Drop it, double clutch, girl, get it in gear. Pump it up, butt lift, now downshift.